I never thought I'd get in trouble for having a clean driveway. That's right, clean. Not dirty, not cracked, not filled with oil stains, just clean. But when you live in an HOA neighborhood, you realize very quickly that logic is optional, and Karens come with the deed. It all started one Saturday morning. I had just finished pressure washing my driveway. It was sparkling. So clean, in fact. You could have eaten dinner off of it. Though I don't recommend serving lasagna on asphalt. That's when she appeared. Karen, the HOA's self-appointed queen bee, armed with her clipboard, her sunglasses, and a look that screamed, "I hate joy." She tilted her head at my driveway and hissed, "Karen, this is unacceptable. Nobody's driveway should be this clean. It sets an unrealistic standard for the rest of the neighborhood." I just stood there holding my hose like, was I about to be arrested by the cleanliness police? I thought she was joking. Turns out, no. Karen was dead serious. She whipped out her phone, snapping pictures like paparazzi at a red carpet event. Me. Wow, should I autograph the driveway before you sell the photos to TMZ? But Karen wasn't laughing. Karen, I'm reporting you to the HOA board. Driveways that clean are disruptive to the community aesthetic and cause distress for other homeowners who cannot maintain such standards. At this point, I'm wondering if she hit her head on a decorative garden gnome. Because who in their right mind complains about cleanliness? A week later, I'm sitting in a cramped room with 5 board members, all wearing expressions like they were auditioning for Grumpy Old Men, the HOA edition. Karen sat in the corner, smirking, while the board president cleared his throat. Board president, we've received a complaint regarding the excessive cleanliness of your driveway. It has been described as blinding. Blinding. My driveway was apparently a safety hazard now. Imagine someone swerving into traffic because the sun reflected off my cement like it was a disco ball. I leaned forward and said, "Me. So let me get this straight. You want me to make my driveway dirtier?" The treasurer, who looked like he hadn't smiled since dial-up internet, nodded. Treasurer, we recommend a thin layer of natural debris. Dirt, leaves, maybe a tasteful oil stain or two. I swear, I thought I was being pranked. But Karen sat there, smug, like she had just taken down the mafia. Well, fine. They wanted dirt? I gave them dirt. The next morning, I grabbed a bag of mulch and sprinkled it across my perfect driveway like I was seasoning a steak. I even tossed a few leaves for dramatic flair. Karen strutted by, sunglasses flashing, and said, "Karen, finally some balance in the community. Order has been restored. But here's the thing, I wasn't done. Because if they wanted dirt, oh, I was about to give them dirt." The following weekend, I rented a dump truck. Yup, a whole dump truck. And I had it unload a literal mountain of topsoil right in the center of my driveway. Neighbors came out in horror. Neighbor, good Lord, what is this? A burial mound? I looked Karen dead in the eye and said, "Me. You wanted less clean? Congratulations. It's a construction site. Now Karen absolutely lost it. She stormed up my driveway, waving her arms like she was conducting an orchestra of rage. Karen, this is vandalism to the community. You've turned your property into a disgrace, a hazard, a mud-breeding, pest-attracting nightmare." Meanwhile, kids from the neighborhood were climbing my dirt mountain like it was Disneyland. Parents were taking photos. Someone even set up a slip and slide. Me. Funny, doesn't look like a disgrace to me. Looks like the most fun this HOA has had in years. Karen's face turned red, redder than a stop sign in the Sahara. Of course, Karen called the police, because that's what Karens do. Two officers showed up, looking equal parts confused and exhausted. One of them glanced at my driveway and sighed. Officer, sir, why do you have a dirt mountain blocking your garage? I explained the whole saga. The driveway too clean, the complaint, the demand for dirt, the HOA meeting, the ridiculousness of it all. The officer turned to Karen. Officer, ma'am, you called us over a pile of dirt on this man's property? Karen screeched. Karen, it's not just a pile of dirt. It's a symbol of defiance, a rebellion against order. The other officer literally chuckled. Officer, lady, I've got people out there robbing gas stations. Call us back when the dirt starts committing crimes. And with that, they left. The board called an emergency meeting. Karen demanded my dirt pile be removed immediately. I showed up with a PowerPoint presentation titled, The Artistic Value of Dirt as a Community Unifier. I had slides of kids playing, families bonding, and even a quote I made up that I attributed to Albert Einstein. A clean driveway divides, but dirt brings unity. The board was torn. Half thought I was insane. The other half thought I was a genius. Karen, of course, was foaming at the mouth. Karen, this neighborhood will crumble if we allow this madness. Me, then let it crumble. At least it won't be boring. Eventually, the dirt pile was removed. But here's the kicker. The HOA actually added a new rule. Get this. Driveways must be maintained in a moderately clean condition, free of extreme cleanliness or excessive debris. That's right. I single-handedly created a rule against being too clean. Karen still glares at me every time she walks by, muttering about community standards. But I just smile, because every time she looks at my driveway, I know she sees that dirt mountain in her nightmares. And honestly, that's worth more than any HOA fee I'll ever pay. So remember, folks, in the world of HOA drama, even a clean driveway can become a crime.